I think that's where the salesperson entered several,
Mm-hmm.
decades ago,
Mm-hmm.
was that we just kind of threw up our hands and said, oh, these technicians don't have the skill sets required to one out of every four calls convert that into a replacement or whatever the metric might be. So
Yeah.
how have you combated that?
Oh,
What's your experience been?
oh man, I'll tell you exactly what we do. I mean, obviously we hire new people into the trades all the time that don't have any experience, and we teach them the way we want to do it. And when they finally make their way into a truck, they're prepared to do the good, better, best model and give options to our customers and allow them to decide what to do without the focus on being boxes. Okay. We never say you got to sell this many boxes in a day. That's not even a KPI for us. What's a KPI for us is what is our average ticket? Are we charging for every minute of everyone's time every day? That to me is the KPI that matters to me. It doesn't matter what I sell. I'd rather sell something for $3,000 and make a 70% gross margin than sell something for $15,000 and make a 45. I'm sorry. I want the 70. I'll get the 45 later, but give me some 70s along the way, right? And that's what we do. And we, over the last decade and a half, have beat our customers into submission. And that's all we do is try to sell them a box every time we see them. That's all we're doing. And we're beating them into submission, and those customers are tired of it. And so that's why we market the way we market is no commission salesman work at Billy Go. We make that a marketing statement. We're going to do what's best for you. We can fix anything, and we can make anything last as long as it possible. We can fix anything. And that is what is driving our business forward. And so when you have plumbing as well, you do the same thing. And we built my philosophy is it's so much easier to build a plumbing company because people they're not marketing and doing the things like the HVAC industry. Like every company that has HVAC and plumbing puts all their dollars in the HVAC, and plumbing's a side project. I do the opposite. Plumbing's the main project and AC is the side project. And by doing that, plumbing provides massive amounts of margins. It's great profit. You can make good money on replacing the toilet, fixing the shower, whatever, clearing drains, repipes, whatever it is you come across. Now, I know there's a lot of companies out there that don't have plumbing, and but that's how I do it. And so we did $17.2 million last year, and we did less than $3 million in box sales.
Wow.
Okay.
That's pretty impressive.
14 million. So we did another 3 million in HVAC that weren't box sales. So it was almost a 50-50 split. Over 6 million in almost 7 million in HVAC, but only almost 3 million in new box sales. So 4 million in high margin repairs.
That's unusual. That mix is typically for a growing company. Typically you see 75, 80, 85% in box sales in terms of revenue.
Yes. And we'll sell boxes. We're not anti-selling boxes, but we're going to sell them at a margin that makes sense for us. We're not going to give it away. We're not going to discount it. And if you want to buy it, here you go. Right? But if we don't, I'm going to do this 70% gross margin on this repair. And you're going to give me a 5-star review because I didn't try to sell you anything, because you're just tired of being beat over the head. And so that's what we do. And by doing this, I protect my backyard. I'm not worried whoever comes in here. It doesn't matter because they don't have what I have. We build our HVAC business off the plumbing company. Our plumbers recommend our HVAC, right? So we're not spending hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars marketing to get a box.
Are you really effective at that, though? So that's one thing that I've struggled with in the past that I've seen very few companies be effective at, is that cross-promoting, cross-selling, cross-referral between plumbing, HVAC, electrical, whatever the divisions that you have.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that so effectively?
Man, I'll tell you exactly how we do it. We have our individual department meetings, right? We have HVAC meetings, we have plumbing, whatever. But then we always have our group meetings, and our group meetings is always to bond everybody together. You know what I mean? When the guys come in, we don't just have the plumbers sit with the plumbers. We have them all sitting together. Okay. And they all know each other. And then we do things after hours, together. And so we create this brotherhood, if you will, within the company where it doesn't matter if you're HVAC or plumbing, we're all here to help each other. And my HVAC guys are just as successful as providing us with leads for the plumbers. So it goes both ways.
Do you have targeted metrics for cross referrals or anything like that?
Absolutely. And there's bonuses for the referrals that are paid out at the end of and I think we do it by the quarter. I'm not sure. And it's referral based, right? And so we have a referral atmosphere within the company. And we do that from the very beginning. We always there working together and being friends together as help your guy out, help this guy out. He needs something. I can go to one of my plumbers and I can say, look, I need, it's kind of light in AC today. I need 3 referrals. I need you to get 3 guys out to a call. They'll do it. But here's what it takes. It takes that one-on-one, reminding them that how important this is. You can't have a meeting and then drop it. That's what a lot of contractors do. They have a meeting, they say what they're going to say, they got this big change, and then they just let it go. You can't stop. You have to reinforce. You have to create a reinforced environment and reinforce.
You got to live it.
You got to love it. Live it. Yeah, love it, live it, be it, right? And that's the culture we want. We want a referral-based culture. We want a referral-based culture with our customers. I mean, that's what our business does. I don't like giving my money to Google. I hate it. I hate doing that. It's because it's unfair. They just take your money.
And eventually they're just going to compete with you anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Just like everybody else. You give your money to Amazon, they're going to compete with you. You go shopping at Walmart, they're going to compete with you.
Yep.
You shop at Home Depot, they're going to compete with you.
It's coming, and they're going to get better at it. And then you know what? We're going to be stuck. If you're a box selling company, you no longer are selling boxes because these big people are selling them, these big companies. And
they're going to perfect the model, and it's not going to be us that perfects the model. It's going to be the multi-billion-dollar mega corporations that perfect the, volume box play.
Oh yeah,
because, and I've seen it coming a long time. When after COVID, we had the big COVID rush, right? And then after that, we kind of had this lull, and it became more difficult to sell the boxes because the boxes, it was just everybody was doing it, right? And like you, we developed into a little more different model, right? And I believe what we did was, not only unique, but is what the customer really truly needs, which is focus on the airflow instead of the box, right? Because how often do you go to a home, whether it's 2 years old or 22 years old, that the airflow is adequate, sufficient for the house?
That's 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10 that are wrong.
And that's what's artificially, killing the box, right? The reason you needed a replacement is because the airflow screwed up in 70% of the instances. So if you're just going to replace the box and put it on crappy airflow, you're doing the wrong thing for the customer to begin with. But that's how the industry has been trained. So we just said, hey, you know what? We're going to just flip that model on its head, and we're going to focus on replacing it. If we got to replace the box, we'll replace the box. Don't worry about that. That's part of it. But we're going to completely redo the airflow so there's proper airflow in every room, and the machine is running functionally as it should.
And it's funny you bring that up because that is how we created the other $3-4 million in revenue.
Yeah.
In our business is not selling the box, selling the airflow.
And a high margin.
Way the margin's insane. It's a 70-75% gross margin, and the typical jobs, can be anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000. And you still got an old system sitting there ready to go. Or in some cases, you sell the system with a whole real brand new air duct system. And so those are really nice tickets when you're doing one system and it's, 30 grand or something, right? Because you're selling the airflow. And so we have got to get to this. These margins are so low. It's unsustainable. I mean, come on, these companies can make a lot of money. So let's change with the times, and the times are telling us that selling a box is going to get harder and harder and harder. And we're so stuck in our ways in this industry. We still want to do it the old-fashioned way. We still want the call. I mean, we still want them, to have someone come out. We don't give pricing over the phone. We charge dispatch fees. We just do all this really dumb stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, it's like the old school model is this is how, if you step back and think of this, it's kind of crazy. Wait for somebody to have a problem, then wait for that person to realize the problem, go into Google or, make a few phone calls, look somebody up, dial your number, hope that you answer the phone. You answer the phone, you book the call. Hopefully you book the call and put it on the schedule. Hopefully it stays on the schedule. And you go, I mean, just the entire funnel from that customer having a problem to you replacing it. There could be 58 things that go wrong that you just, screw up the sale.
Yep.
How do we shorten that funnel and say, okay, problem, we're there, solution, let's go. Collect cash.
That's called efficiency. That's all we do. I mean, I don't understand why it's so hard to get it. I do understand. Here's what I see a lot of, and I'm being pretty critical today because I'm worried for our industry. Our industry is going to keep going. I don't want anybody to be left behind is what this is about, right? So open your eyes up and let's start making some change and get out of these old ways that we've been running our businesses. We got to wake up because this is happening at lightning speed, this change. And we have got to build an efficient business that makes it easy for a customer to do business with you. We've got to quit putting these roadblocks up. But the biggest roadblocks I see, and I'm sorry, owners, I'm looking at you right now if you're an owner. And if you're not looking at me, you better hear what I'm saying. You've got to get control of your business again. You can't let the people that are running the operations in your business be in charge of your business. And I'm talking about your dispatcher and your little office manager. These folks need to be told that change is good because they don't like it at all. And you got to get a spine and make them change. That is just how you're going to have to get this thing done. But you're going to have to take your business back and be in control and quit letting everyone else really run your business. You need to be running your business. And you need to tell these people, well, you need to figure out what to do. Maybe listening to this show would be a first start. But you got to get your business back. You got to take control of that business, and you need to lead these people, and you need to make this change. And I see this over and over and over again. They don't want to confront the main office, these owners.
Billy, we've always done it this way. Well, we've always done it this way. Oh, we've always done it this way.
I know. That's all I hear. And I'm like,
we've
okay,
always done it this way.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Yeah. That's why that margin's down there in the 30s. It's a long ways from just normalcy, which is a 50, and you're not going to get there. I'm telling you, folks, you're not going to get there focusing on the box. You can't afford to sell a box for $35,000 because that's what they need to be sold at. I'm sorry. To get the right margin for it, as high as equipment has become, we're still way underpriced. You should have it. Practically anything under $20,000.
Yeah, I think the better way to say it is you have to run a business that is designed by you.
Yes.
Like it should be a business by design. Every action, every sequence taken in the business is something that's designed by you to achieve a specific result.
If you enjoy watching more videos like this, click here. If you want to watch the full version of the clip you just watched, click here. And as always, thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing.